Well, some say.
Some say.
Some say.
What do some say?
It's dried pig's blood.
Mushy peas.
Oh yeah, mushy peas.
So bad.
Yeah.
They take peas and they mush them up.
No,
For
we
what
don't.
reason?
No, we don't. No. No. So when I'm trying to eat chicken feet, I'm just like, hold on a second.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. We are doing part 2 because
Part 1 wasn't enough.
there was this one comment that was my favorite, and the dude was like, great video guys, but I feel sorry for the guy. That girl talks so much.
That's such a guy thing to say.
Righto, okay, let's go. This is something I noticed, I think, the very first time I visited, and that's that people walk their dogs in the middle of the night. 10 p.m. Like a lady. It's raining, it's the middle of the night, and she's just walking her dog.
Yeah, dog's got to go for a walk, innit? So
In the middle of the night.
can't say I've seen it anytime recently.
It's always on Mapley Top.
I mean, the question I'm trying to answer is why are we out so late at night? We're old now.
Absolutely. People are strange. Oh, this one's really weird. You guys call people by both their first name and last name. It's always like Joe Lion or...
Right, Joe?
And like you've never said, oh, Joe. Everyone. Luke Raven. It's just like...
It's because there's about 7 different Lukes.
True. Yeah, that's very true. So I get it with Luke Raven because we do know like about 7 Lukes. I guess that's the maths of it, or that's the thing that makes it make sense, that you... Like your population generally has very standard names. And so there are a lot of Daves and Johns
Daves.
and Chris's, you know?
True. Can't imagine people are going around going, oh, you know Dimpo Bagley? Probably just going, do you know Dimps?
I guess so. Do you think people refer to you by your first name and surname?
I wouldn't know.
I wonder.
I can't imagine they do. I've not met many other Seths in the UK.
Yeah, because I think at best they'd refer, from my experience, is from like referring to your dad. So it'd be like Malcolm's boys. But it won't be like, oh yeah, Joel Bagley. Also, weird thing that you guys do, and not all of you do it, I specifically heard it from Emily.
Oh yeah?
So she'll say, it's so cute. She goes like, oh, he's got a girlfriend. What is she called?
I see no problem. It's a valid question.
It's such a strange way to put the question. It's like, what's her name? Like, oh, your cousin. Like, what's his name?
Guess you could go down that route. Or you could say, what is she called?
What is she called? It's so interesting. Nobody will ever know. Right, this next one is a general, like, your roads, because they are very odd.
Okay.
Now, in the first one, you'd mentioned that England's a old country, so the roads are small, so that's hectic.
Not much space.
Yeah, and everything's a back route kind of vibe. I'm gonna show you guys the way to home first. I'm like, that turn every time. I feel like a general rule of thumb is just drive slowly.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I don't get people who drive fast in England.
It doesn't make sense.
If you go around this corner that fast, like, what are you going to do when the bus is coming the other way?
Yo, guys, when I
it
tell
comes out of
you
nowhere.
buses squeeze into the smallest little roads, and I'm like,
And we need to try and get that on video one day.
so
like,
hectic.
a
I'm like,
double-decker bus goes down these tiny roads near my house.
and then there are like 15 cars along the road parked. I'm like, are you not worried for your car? Just trust that no one's going to hit your wing mirror off. Oh, shame. This is one I actually really like and I appreciate. At particular crossings, like cars actually stop for the pedestrians.
Oh, zebra
Like
crossings.
fully. Yeah. Fully.
South Africans are meant to. Pedestrian, if they are there at the zebra crossing before you are as a car, they've got the right of way. All over the world, it's the same law.
Whatever.
It is.
No, some people stop in South
That's why they
Africa.
exist. No, they do. But then you're always surprised, like, ooh, fancy that. Thank you
I
so
will cross. Appreciate it.
Then you get some pedestrians who literally, they just go whether you're stopping or not.
Yes.
They're like, well, I'm crossing, so...
I think, in my experience at least, it's like if you're already in motion, which is likely the car, let the car pass. And then when it's safe for you, person, because you're the one whose life is in danger. So you pause, human being, and then when the car's passed and the danger's done, then you can cross the zebra.
There you go.
But it's actually really nice that they stop.
Because then you can cross the road.
Yeah, but I never expected, so I always...
Yeah, so we have this thing, I don't know if you've seen the vlogs yet, but I have to ask Dimple for a hand
Every
whenever
time.
we're crossing the road. Even if it's a zebra crossing, I'll start walking and Dimple will be then, I'm like 3 steps in and
because
she's
you
like, ooh.
leave me. It's so awkward. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my body. I'm not for the road, man. I'm supposed to be inside of a car. Thanks.
I don't think because in South Africa you don't really walk anywhere, do you?
No. Anyway. You guys have massive circles. Like you can fit 4 houses on those things. Or like an entire estate.
Yeah. No, they are massive.
They're so big and so confusing. Like they've got like 10 different exits.
We call them roundabouts. We have them a lot, and it is kind of like, if you're not used to them, I can understand why it's confusing and panicky. Because people panic, that makes it more confusing for everybody. And people they go so fast around the roundabouts, and if you're in the wrong lane, then like you're done for.
Yeah.
You can't just shoot across the lanes. In England, like we always, maybe just people that I know, get into lanes quite early so that they're in the right lane for when they're going around you. I know you always found that weird when you first got here, because then when we're driving in South Africa, I'm always like, is Dimple going to get in the lane that she needs to be in? You know, like she always leaves it to the last minute. But in South Africa, it's just not the same. But then here, like you proper need to get in the lane early, because otherwise, if you don't...
10 minutes time, you'll be screwed.
Yeah, not 10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm moving down.
Want me to join you?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Come on through.
Let me sit as such.
Great.
Right. You guys have a massive driving elderly population.
Because we have a large elderly population.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they've got healthcare.
Because they live until like 103, all of them.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
So there's so many oldies on the road, and I'm like, ma'am, sir, should you not be at home or be driven? It always feels like in South Africa, once you retire from everything. You don't drive.
Yeah.
No, that's very dramatic, but...
No, but I get you.
Like, you really don't see older people driving.
Or, like, just not out and about as much, whereas our old people are flipping everywhere.
They've got activities.
Or every day of the week. They're so busy.
It's so cute.
Yeah. So literally, they're just everywhere.
They've got, like, groups and, like, they go on walks together and meetups.
You're at the pub, they're there.
Listen.
All 15 of them.
Oldies are living
10 o'clock in the morning.
Life. Knitting.
Knitting. And they've got wine on the table. In the morning.
Grandkids.
Yeah, complaining about the grandkids. They go on all holidays together and all sorts.
Right, the next heading is food.
Okay.
Because you guys eat some really weird stuff. Can you guess? Let's just give you a guess, because I feel like you know.
Black pudding.
Black pudding.
It's amazing.
Very strange. Do you want to explain to the people what black pudding is?
So it's this thing we have with our breakfasts. So if you ever had like a full English breakfast, we have this thing called black pudding. It's amazing. It's like really salty. That's what I have to say about it.
What does it consist of, Sethy?
I'm not sure I need to say that.
I think you should say it.
Well, some say.
Some say.
Some say.
What do some say?
It's dried pig's blood.
Do you know what the process of making that is?
No idea. What they do, I think,
Oh
is they mix it with like herbs and spices and oats.
And oats.
And then I'm guessing they form it into it looks like a polony, and then they somehow just dry that out.
Can you cut it? I think I've only seen it in person once or twice.
Yeah, so it looks like polony, then you cut it and then you fry it.
Okay.
And it's just pig's blood with oats and spices.
Okay, I'm willing to try it again.
Oh, it's amazing.
Because I've heard terrible things about it. Well, actually, I just heard of what it was. And then I was like, ew, I'm not trying that. I think, you know when you just have that mental block of like...
It's pig's blood.
It's pig's blood.
Yeah,
Why am I
yeah.
eating this?
Mm-hmm.
You automatically are like right off, nope.
I had that with chicken feet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because in my head, I'm like, I've seen chickens, and all chickens do is they poo.
I've seen chicken.
And then they literally stand in their own poo and scratch at it all day. So when I'm trying to eat chicken feet, I'm just like, hold on a second.
But then that's like a chicken. Like it walks around and then you pluck it and clean it and wash it and then you eat it. It's like with any animal. You gotta clean it first.
Yeah.
But blood is blood is blood.
There's blood inside steak.
True. Do you know what else will be on this list, Sethy? Mushy peas.
Oh yeah, mushy peas.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, they take peas and they mush them up.
No,
For
we
what
don't.
reason?
No, we don't. No. No, they're called mushy peas.
What are they?
No, you know what it is? No, listen. So,
Talk to me.
you know bunchies?
Yes.
And it gets stewed
Yes.
for long, and then it comes like
Okay.
the beans, and like if it's lentils, it all becomes kind of like a mush. That's mushy peas, but they've done it with like the dried green split peas. So then it's people have cooked it with water. It's just that it's called mushy peas because it's mushy, not because they've mashed them.
Okay, so it's not mashed peas.
It's not mashed peas. It's mushy because it's mushy.
What do you have mushy peas with? Do people have
Normally
it
with
with
fish and
mash?
chips. Oh, some people have it with mash, yeah. But like, normally it's fish, chips and mushy peas is like the national dish. But then like if we go to a football match, there'll be like a food vendor place that probably sells like all sorts of different stuff. And 9 times out of 10 there'll be somewhere that serves mushy peas and mint sauce. Here we go. Here we go.
That brings me to my next one. Why mint sauce?
Mint sauce.
Oh, it's making my skin crawl just
It's a
thinking about
game
it.
changer of a
It's
sauce.
so bad.
You know what I think it is?
It's so bad.
It's like our version of acha, because I'm like that with acha. I'm just like, I love African foods, but acha, it's the most ridiculous food I've ever heard of in my life.
So good. You just mustn't think that it's mango. Just forget about that.
Fermented mango.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're complaining about black pudding. Mint sauce
Yes.
with lamb. Ooh, it is unbelievable.
It's so pungent. I feel like it steals the whole dish.
That's why you need to use the right amount of it.
So I guess you ever only do like a teaspoon, isn't it?
Yep, small amount.
Oh,
A
it's
tiny
so
little bit of it
bad.
can like go with food that's like this.
Ready? Okay, mate. I don't get it. You guys are okay, I will not pretend that South Africans don't pay attention to this, but, and this might possibly just be in your household in particular, you guys are really fussed about best before dates.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a comparison between my family and your family potentially. 'Cause
Maybe,
I can
maybe it's
imagine.
like two extremes.
Yeah, because I can imagine Yaku is bothered about best before dates.
I could imagine that as well. So are you agreeing that maybe our families are just...
Yeah, because and you'll never ever look at a best before
Not
date
ever.
when we buy anything. So it's like we're buying bread yesterday.
Yeah.
We were standing in the line and the bread's right there, and I'm on this side of the trolley. I didn't want to like be intrusive and push past, so I was just like, "Oh, babe, can you just go and grab some bread for us?"
I was like, oh yeah, of course.
And then I was
this
like,
one?
"Please,"
Yes.
it's like,
Okay.
"Please check the best before date." And then she's like, "What?"
Now I have to look through 500 bread things and look like, okay, this one says 23rd, this one says 24, this one says 25, this says 23. No. Like, they are days apart. I think that's my thought process. Most of the dates, more often than not, are like 2-3 days apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between getting the 25th and the 23rd when we will likely finish it before then anyway? And even if we don't, it doesn't actually like start molding on the 23rd. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? I'm like, we
Agreed.
consume this enough that it won't actually be an issue.
Although we do have bread, right? My dad had a right panic about. My dad's on another level. If the bread
yes.
is there and the date says, let's say the 15th of July, which our bread does,
Yeah.
because this is what happened yesterday. It's like, oh, 15th of July. Do you want me to put it in the freezer? I was like, well, one, it's not 15th of July yet, and even when it does get to the 15th of July, it doesn't mean it instantly goes off on that day. Just all of a sudden, it's just instantly mouldy.
Yep.
But in my dad's head, it's like, well, it needs to go in the freezer then if it's 15th of July, and it says 15th of July.
Yep. And it's the 10th
point-
of July.
But the point is, if it says 15th of July over the 13th of July,
Yes.
it was probably made a day or so later, which means you just get a day or so more, probably, maybe before it goes mouldy. It might not happen, but more likely, yes. I wonder if South African people are like that in general.
I wonder, South Africans?
What do you
also,
like?
English people, like,
What do you like as well?
how is everybody?
Yeah, 'cause I
There's
don't
also
know.
the people from Kenya out here. Listen, all of you, let us know in the comments. Are you a best before, like...
Are you going to check it or not?
Well, since we're on bread, you guys have a million words for the word bread.
Do we?
Yeah? Like there's a butty,
A butty, different.
a bap.
A bap. No, we do. That I'll go with that. We
Yeah.
do have a lot of. Wait, I'm trying to think. You just say bun, roll, or loaf. It's probably it in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
In English, at least.
Yeah, because you know, like a roll, okay, that's for like a hot dog.
Yeah, a
a
bun.
will be circular.
Yeah.
Bread is bread.
So we've got, butty, bap, barn cake, bread cake, crumpet, scone, or scone. I don't know if that classes as a bread. We'll go with it. A loaf, a farmhouse loaf, a baguette. Anyway, we've got loads of names for breads. There's loads more.
It's also like depending on where you are in the country,
Oh yeah.
they will call it that.
Yeah, bacon bat or bacon butty. In Nottingham we say bacon butty.
Yeah.
But if you said that in London,
It means
they'd be like,
something else.
what? I don't know what they'd say down there. Bacon sandwich they'd probably say.
One thing you guys also do is you have, how am I trying to say this? You use the word tea interchangeably.
This is also because you live with my dad who...
No, Ellie Pillar did the same thing.
No, that's true. No, I agree. But it's worse because she lived with my dad who literally calls tea, dinner, lunch in any old order for anything
Yeah.
whenever he decides it. Literally the other day he said to me, oh, it's going to be raining around tea time. But in my head, tea time's dinner time in the evening. Starts raining at 12 o'clock and I've put the laundry out. My dad's like, why have you put the laundry out, son? I told you it was going to rain. I said, you said at tea time. He says, yeah, tea time, lunch time. It's all the bloody same to me. And I'm like...
That is so good.
Honestly, I was like, oh, we have me lunch,
Me
tea,
lunch.
me dinner.
Yeah.
His dinner's his lunch, his tea's his dinner, dinner's his supper, and his supper's his breakfast.
Yeah, my friend was like, do you want to come around tea time? Tea time, I feel like I'll automatically think like lunchtime. So when you say tea time, I'm thinking, oh, okay, like maybe between lunch and dinner.
Yeah, tea is the hardest one.
It's like a little middle thing to get to the next meal.
Because we also have an afternoon tea, right?
You do, yeah. And
So when people say tea, yeah, exactly. Tea is the main problem here. Because also you come over for tea. Are you inviting me for dinner?
Because it could be
Or just a cup of tea?
Yo, guys, why?
I don't know. I get confused with everybody else.
So we have boerewors rolls, right? Or just boerewors, actually. Which is fire. I mean, I don't eat
Sometimes.
much of it. Whatever.
Gotta get a good one.
Seth is his...
I love it. I love force. Just picking.
And then you guys have... It's not the same thing, but let's say within the same family.
Yeah.
You guys have sausages.
Yeah.
Why do sausages have such weird flavours?
Because greatness
No, Seth. No, babe.
only comes from exploration.
It's too much exploration. Yeah.
But I don't know. No, some are good though.
People will be like, it's like pumpkin and mint sauce sausage.
Yeah, no.
What?
Yeah. The people do get a bit
Why?
funky with it.
The texture's so weird.
It's smooth compared to Vorse.
It's like blended. Let's say that.
Yeah. It's just, it is different. That's the thing. It actually is a different thing.
Yeah, on we go. We're almost done. We are now going to touch on some accent words.
Oh, your favourite.
Yeah. You pronounce ice cream really funny.
Ice cream. Yeah, I say ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, and I've never noticed until
In that
Dimps told
tone.
me.
Ice cream.
Yep. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Ice cream.
Yes, that's good.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
That just sounds like ice cream to me.
No, you go ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Is that just me though?
That's just you.
Right, so it's not British. It's just now
It's a
me.
Seth thing.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll ask some friends to say it, but that's a Seth thing. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Want some ice cream?
All right.
Another Seth thing. But it's not actually, I've learned that it's a small like portion of English people. You pronounce H as H.
H.
Yeah. So Seth will, if someone's like, what's your name? Seth. S-E-T-H. It's like H.
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 Hmm.
That's really cute. I've never heard that before.
What do you say?
H.
H.
The fact that you don't even know what I say. What I say is the normal thing, Sethy.
It's not normal when you've grown up around people who say H.
That's so funny. I didn't expect you to ask that back. H.
So you say H.
H. S-E-T-H.
H. S-T-E-H.
H.
H. H. Winner.
That's what I have for you today,
Lols.
mate. You're so cute, dude.
You still haven't said any of the things we actually talk about as weird in the UK.
Like, what? I feel like you should have your own video of British things you find weird.
Or that I find weird through your constant pointing out of them being weird.
Yes. Okay, that is us. Thank you so much, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up because that helps my channel on levels. And I'd love to have you here. So if you haven't already, subscribe because that's always a good time. Seth's video will come through. I just want us to be in South Africa when we do that.
I've got my list. In fact, I've got a whole book. Of complaints about South Africa.
Can it be nice?
No, not complaints. Well, yeah, complaints. No,
Judgment.
Yeah, judgment. We're going to come pick you up in that position.
Go.
Cross your legs still.
One leg. Oh, hectic. Okay, wait. Wait, am I strong enough to roll?
Great.
Oh, that's so cold.
You know, I've just realised
Yeah.
there is a piece of grass right in front of the camera.
Because that... Can't speak. Do you want to do it?